don't think it's a stretch to say that this is the peak, not the peak in terms of this is the best anime of all time, but in terms of what the anime medium is, what it was back then, all the different steps it took, all the people that got bullied in the West for watching anime, everything. It's like, y'all know the One Piece fans, episode 10-15.
Yeah. Oh.
Right? You know 10-15. One Piece fans, you know 10-15. When you watch that episode, especially if you started One Piece years ago when you were a kid, it feels like episode 10-15. One Piece has built up all the way up to that moment. That's kind of what it feels like Chainsaw Man. It feels like the anime industry has been built up since the inception of Chainsaw Man for this movie. Think about when we were growing up, Naruto's Bleaches and etc. We could have never imagined near the end of their arc or in the middle of an arc them releasing that arc in theaters. But now in anime we have Demon Slayer, we have JJK, we have now Chainsaw Man. My Heroes, it's not canon.
Movie, yeah.
It's not canon.
It's not canon movie.
It doesn't count. I just rewatched it. I've never rewatched a movie before in theaters so quickly. A few days later, you'll jump in, whatever, man. Like,
I can just see how elated you are, and I'm the exact same. Yeah. This movie, just as you said, it's like the peak of anime, like, in terms of, like, everything that's been built up to this moment for Chainsaw Man to be produced to this level and released at this level. It's like, this genuinely felt like I was watching, like, a Quentin Tarantino, like, Western film almost, like, just an absolute epic.
No, technically, because Western is, like, cowboys and stuff. It wasn't cowboys.
No, I'm talking about, like Western media, like American movies, like North American movies.
Because the way you said Western, it was like,
no, I know Western is like a genre.
Yeah, because people watch it, they would think you meant like Western.
Yeah, not Western as in cowboy. I'm talking about like North American media. You know what I mean? The kind of movies you see in Hollywood made out of there, where it's just an absolute epic. Like from the beginning of the movie, they set up to the climax, to the absolute batshit insanity we saw in the Reze fight with Chainsaw Man with my boy Denji. I think this movie was practically flawless. I'll be honest, practically flawless. I think the comedic timing was incredible. I think the soundtrack choices fit well with everything. I think the action and the facial acting, the voice acting, everything about it was just perfect. And me and Booty are the same boat in that we watched this movie once, and for the first time ever, we went back to watch the movie again. Like, it's just phenomenal. I'm probably gonna watch it the third time. It's just that good.
Because if we don't watch it a third time, this movie's probably gonna be out on streaming in like 3 months. Yeah. So it's like we might have to watch it. Yeah. Because I don't know if I could go another 3 months without at least watching this movie once.
Yeah, and hats off to Mappa too, because there were so many good things about this movie. The production stats and the animators.
What's happening?
I don't know.
How could they Attack on Titan?
They're just in that.
Like Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen. I know people. Hell's Paradise isn't the. Some people have their complaints, but it's still a good anime.
I think it's a great anime. I think it's really good. Villain Saga. Yeah.
Like, what's happening in Mappa?
Yeah, they're just on fire. I think they're the peak of anime studios right now. Obviously, there's a lot of like discourse about like how they treat their workers and stuff. I'm not really caught up with it, but like obviously everyone should treat their work as well. But honestly, as a production,
if we're gonna get movies like this,
don't do that. Let those workers rest. They deserve it.
You know what told me this was. Because at first when you watched the movie, obviously you still really enjoyed the movie, but you enjoyed it more when you rewatched it, right?
Absolutely. You know why? Because like...
But before you say that, you know what? Because I knew you were going to like the movie more. You know why?
Why?
Because, for example, the biggest... People are probably saying which is better, this or Demon Slayer. Spoiler alert, it's this. But obviously you have your... It's this. But anyways, but what told me this is a better movie, because yes... As a theater experience, Demon Slayer was better. Because people are talking, people are commenting mid-movie, people are screaming. But what told me this was an all-timer is that multiple times throughout the movie, like, I would pan out and I would look at what other, like, because we went with multiple people. We went with multiple people. I look around what everyone's doing. Everyone was just like,
stunned,
glued to the screen. Glue, like, it's like a Christopher Nolan, like a like, this is one of those movies. And for an anime movie to do that, because Demon Slayer, yes, it was a great movie, great animation, but it was all fights. It was like the typical shonen.
Yeah.
This is like shonen, but it's like a new thing. That's why it's like the
It was
peak.
an epic, man.
It's
it
the
was
peak
an epic.
of anime artistically. Passion project at its finest.
Yeah.
It's like this didn't just feel like an anime, like you're saying. It felt like an actual movie.
Yeah, and I think that's what did it for me in the second watch too, was that like it's such a well written part of Chainsaw Man, like this arc with Reze and Denji, what it means for both their characters, how they're characterized, what their dynamics like, and obviously Aki set up with Angel and everything, and like their dynamics and what they're going to be.
Swear, we read the manga.
Yeah. But I think this movie was just flawless in the sense that not only was it good, a well written arc, but also like on that second watch, you really start to like watch and question what did Reze actually mean this here? What was her thought process here? When did the line between the mission and her actual like relationship and feelings for Denji come into play? And you could see her teetering between the two, and that's why I think when they were watching those fireworks, that she was actually dead serious about like we'll run away together.
Right, yeah.
I questioned whether or not she really meant that in the beginning. But now it's like it's set in stone. Like she really did mean like she wanted to run with Denji.
And that's what, because everyone that reads manga knows the type of author Fujimoto is. Right?
Yeah,
he's one of one. But as crazy as it is, the movie, and I know a lot of people, which I think they're crazy, have complaints about season. Not a lot. I feel like that's
season 1 is
a minority that have complaints with season 1. But I feel like this movie elevated the source material even more, where this movie was even better than the manga.
Yeah, it was. It was an elevation. That's
like this movie made me understand the arc and the characters, like Reze, her dynamic with Denji. It made me understand it, and it made me care about the characters, their relationship, that arc even more. Not even my first watch. First watch, I was like, yeah, this is a great movie. But then second watch, this is a great movie, and I'm even more invested because now, like you said, there's more things I could catch on the second. This movie was this
movie was just phenomenal, man. This is just one of the ones.
Not just anime. This is one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah.
Easily
maybe one of the best movies of all time.
One of the best animated
movies of all
time.
Animated. This is one of the GOATs, honestly. This is like the peak. Obviously, time will tell whether we get something better than this in the future, but as of now, like, I don't see how you can top
this.
This
is the standard.
This is the standard. Yeah, this is like the magnum opus of anime movies.
The magnum opus of like passion project animes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we had Mob Psycho as a passion project. And Mobs is if you know about
Mob Psycho,
goated.
One of my favorite anime.
As a passion project. There's no what's a bigger peak anime wise. Not like we're not talking about quality of anime. Just like animators, directors putting their all into an anime.
Yeah.
Can you name an anime that's a bigger passion project?
Absolutely not.
Season 1, every episode had a different ending.
Yeah. You can tell how much Mappa loves and cares about Chainsaw Man, and that just warms the heart of everybody who's been with the manga since early on, and just like it's just beautiful. And another thing I really was grateful for was the scene where Denji beat the Typhoon Devil, and you see the green blood, and you get that beautiful shot where it's a clear homage to the manga readers and all the artwork we've gotten from Fujimoto with the green blood spattered all over the screen, and it's like it was beautiful, man. The producers knew what they were doing, the animators knew what they were doing. The voice acting was phenomenal. I cannot stress this enough. Reze's voice actor put up a masterclass. I always think about that scene when Denji's coming up with the shark beam and he's flying across the building, and she's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And she's actually laughing, like, "What is this guy doing?" Because she's like, she really meant it when she said, "You're the funniest guy I ever met." You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what really made me take it in. It's like when when he was in the phone booth when they met when it was raining.
Yeah.
Like she could have went in there. And then he's just like some normal dude, and then she would have killed him there.
Yeah.
But the minute she went in there, that's when, remember, he ate the flower, he took out the flower
and gave it to her.
She started laughing.
Yeah.
So at that moment, that's probably when she switched up her entire plan.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, let me just, come to my cafe. And then he goes, and apparently, because they didn't show it, but he went there every day for like a couple of days.
For a whole week, yeah.
So it's like, that movie was so good.
It was so good, bro. It was so good, bro. And it's like, it's crazy too because you say that because it's like Reze, if you think about her after the reveal that she was born in like that Soviet Union room and like everything, she probably never had relationships like that, and like meeting Denji for the first time, she's like, why not have like why can't I indulge a little
Yeah.
bit? And this guy's clearly funny.
I
and,
think
like,
it's just the way Fujimoto does dialogue and tells the story. It's so realistic,
yeah.
but it's wacky. It's like the for it's like the whole element of like going to school at night and then sneaking into the pool,
Yeah.
and then that's how we get the villain. It's like, okay, wait, is Reze, because the way she's introduced, obviously she's a villain trying to seduce Denji, but then it's like she's running away from the guy. Wait, is she? But then she kills the guy, and then we see the typhoon devil. It's like, this is just
yeah, it's just crazy, and it's crazy too because on my second watch I was thinking about that whole pool scene, which was absolutely magnificent. And it struck me in the moment when I was watching that pool scene, and she ends up killing that guy after the whole pool scene.
Yeah,
I think she probably lets this whole relationship linger longer if Typhoon Devil doesn't show up with that mass murder or whatever. I think that will just set her back reminder of like, you have a mission to do.
Cause that's where, if you notice, she was twitching when we first started talking, and that's why I'm like, they really enhanced the manga. She was twitching because him being there at school after the moment she just had with Denji, it took her out of it. Like, she was an old teenager, like she forgot who she was.
School herself,
she forgot she was the bomb devil for just a couple minutes. And then him being in school, I'm gonna kill you. Da, da, da. What would you rate this movie? Wait, do you remember what your Demon Slayer score was?
I said 10 at first, and then I changed it to like 9. Cause
I think you said
9. I
9.
gotta give it some room. But
and then remember what I said when you said 9?
Yeah, you said the Chainsaw Man movie.
Yeah, it's like, if that's a 9, like, that's a very...
I gave it a 9. I stuck on my 9 though, because I still think that Demon Slayer was an absolutely phenomenal movie. I think...
So now that you've... Because my whole point about when we talked about last time is you can't give it a 9 because it's too instant reaction, plus you have to compare it to the field. So now that you watch the Chainsaw Man movie, you could adjust the score and give your Chainsaw Man score. Okay. So what would you give both scores? Are you sticking to a 9 and giving Chainsaw Man a score, or are you adjusting the score and giving Chainsaw Man a score?
I'm gonna keep my Demon Slayer score and give Chainsaw Man a 10.
So Chainsaw Man's the book.
Well, Chainsaw Man is like
just
the
called it the peak of artistic.
I don't think you can make like, it's so hard to top a movie like that because I can't think of anything the movie did wrong. As a matter of fact, I can't think of a single thing that they didn't do excellently.
Yeah, because everything has to be going well at the exact end. That's
like,
so
I
rare.
wish I could make something out to be like, because you know what complaint I heard was that somebody didn't like a couple of the soundtrack choices. I thought all the soundtrack choices were phenomenal. Something I was one of the soundtrack choices I was iffy on was I don't know if you remember the song that played when Denji chainsawed the car and stood on top. And
they played the one from season 1.
Yeah, exactly. And
I feel like that was the most out of place one.
It felt out of place.
Yeah.
In my first watch, I noticed it. I was like, I don't know if that's the right song to play here. But on my second watch, I really enjoyed that song in that moment. There was just something about it. Because even the song itself, I don't know if you take it in, it starts off slow and it starts off like relatively soft. But then as the conversation picks up, the song starts to pick up. The song's tone starts to change. It starts going faster and faster and it's hyping up. And then the battle commences and now it's like we're in a fight, we're in a different song.
Which is, by the way, possibly the best action animated sequence in anime history. And the song went so well with what they were saying too about like, doesn't anyone want Denji's heart? Everyone wants Chainsaw's heart. What about Denji's heart? Like, it just went so perfectly with And funny enough, when I rewatched it, they were only, which I didn't notice, it was in dub. So we watched it in sub, I rewatched it, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I already watched it in sub.
I watched both the sub.
So I didn't mind it because I just watched it in sub. So
yeah.
And it's less things. I don't have to look at the subtitles. And it was still a great watch.
Yeah, it was great. It was peak, bro.
So you say you're giving it a 10 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I would give Demon Slayer, if I'm re-rising the scores, I'm giving that Demon Slayer movie a 7 out of 10. And I'm giving this Chainsaw movie a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Because if that Demon Slayer movie's a 9 out of 10, there's still 2 more movies to go.
How did Demon Slayer drop to 7?
Because if you think about it, because that's the thing. Demon Slayer, it was all just a bunch of fights. It's not that the fights take it down.
I disagree though.
It's not that the fights take it down. It's that Chainsaw Man, like we were just saying, it felt like an actual movie where there was an arc, there was plots, there was Demon Slayer from the minute they're in. Okay, we're with this girl. Okay, now we're with him. Okay, now we're with them. Okay, now we're panning to him. Update with the kids. Now we're back on the fight. Okay, now it's a backstory. It was the same formula the entire movie.
Mhm.
Not to ping it against Demon Slayer, because that's one of Demon Slayer's best traits. But just because it's the first movie, like, it's not a movie where I would want to rewatch the movie. The only part about that movie I want to rewatch is the Tanjiro fight and potentially the Zenitsu fight.
Yeah.
But this movie, I would happily rewatch this movie multiple times.
Yeah.
So if I don't care to rewatch your movie, but it was still a fantastic movie, then I'm giving it a 7 is kind of a cop-out answer, but I think a 7 is appropriate.
I'll agree with you there. You know, I'm gonna revise my Demon Slayer score, and I am gonna give it an 8.4 out of 10. And the reason for that is, like you just said, you just pointed out, is that it doesn't have really good rewatch value because like there's a lot of that's the thing I didn't agree with you on, was that they had it was just fights. I liked a lot of the backstories. I think the backstory sets up the fights really well. I think Demon Slayer is masterful at it, where they weave in the fight with the backstory as they show you the backstory. Like Zenitsu's fight almost made me cry. Like the final fight was incredible. The Akaza backstory was incredible. But would I sit through 2.5 hours of Demon Slayer again? No. Probably not.
That movie, maybe the other ones. It again.
Yeah.
But that one specifically, no.
Yeah, that one specifically was a lot. Like, it was a lot.
It has moments.
Yeah,
it has great moments. I'll sit through the Tanjiro fight any day.
Any day, absolutely.
But that's a moment in a 2 hour, 2 hour 40?
2.5 hour movie.
Yeah. So it's like, it's 7. That movie's lucky I don't put it to 6.8.
No.
6.8.
Then we have to fight.
6.
We have to fight.
7?
We have to fight.
Okay, 7.
7 is the bare minimum. I still give it an 8.4 because I still think that it was a phenomenal movie all in all.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still a phenomenal movie. Apparently, we're getting a JJK movie randomly. They just randomly started rolling that
December
movie
something,
out.
right? We're getting it?
Yeah, I don't know where. Hey, by the way, we're dropping 2 episodes. Okay, cool. So it's like the anime industry.
Calling games, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the anime industry's popping off. It seems like every year people say this is the best year of anime.
Yeah.
Since like 2022, it seems like every year it's like the best year for anime.
But I think every year it's gotten better for the most part.
Yeah, and I'm just happy, especially just growing up, seeing how anime has evolved. I'm happy, man.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad, man. And it's like,
I hope we get more.
We just got so much bomb anime this year. We got Soul Leveling, we got Free Ren, we got Chainsaw Man movie.
I hope they give more authors that leeway for movies, if it's beneficial. Let's not just get random movies now.
No.
Just to make money. If the arc's really short and it works, cool movie. But let's not just do a movie just to do a movie.
I'm gonna watch Chainsaw Man a 3rd time.
You will?
I'm going to watch Chainsaw Man a 3rd time. They're just talking about it because me thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so many scenes that are just so worth going back for. The pacing is so perfect. Like, it's just so well.
If it's still in theaters in a week and a half, I'll do it.
Yeah, it will be, but. So, I expect you to take your 3rd trip.
Well, you're going to do it this week? This early?
I might.
Damn, respect to you, yeah.
It's that good,
It
bro.
is. It's that good.
It's nothing below a 10 for me. This is like the best movie I've watched in a very long time.
The best anime in terms of not animated, because animated, there's so many movies. Not to say that it's not, there's just too many movies to think about, but just animated movies based off anime. Like canon movies, that's the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Literally, it's not even close.
I think this is maybe the best movie I went to theaters for.
Ever?
I think it's between this and like Avengers Endgame or Infinity or Civil War. Captain America Civil War.
One of the Marvel Morales movie was a great theater experience too.
I think that's a better debate. I think is the Chainsaw Man movie
2?
Better than Into the Spider-Verse?
Doom 2? Yeah,
or
that's
Across the Spider-Verse? I think that's the real matchup.
Yeah, that's a real matchup.
That's a real matchup.
Would you guys want us to talk about that matchup? If you do, drop it down below in the comments. I feel like I've said everything I have to say about the movie. What about you?
I think I've said everything I need to say. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. You will not regret it.
Yes, please. If you obviously you're not familiar with anime, just obviously Chainsaw Man's kind of a crazy anime to start with if you think about it. Like imagine Chainsaw Man's being someone's first anime. Like that's a hard first anime. But if you haven't watched it, highly recommend. Honestly, anime, man, it's if you don't watch anime, just give it a chance. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to watch it, but give it a chance. Anime is truly a one of one type of experience to consume. You can read it or you can watch. Anyways, I'm not out here endorsing. I am kind of endorsing anime, but I sound like there's a. It sounds like there's an ad for the. It literally sounds like there's an ad. But thank you guys for tuning in for the video. Make sure to leave a like. Catch you on the next one.